Hello, Professor. My name is Imanjeet Kaur, and today I'll be reflecting on my managerial growth throughout my MBA using the ORID model, which is the objective, reflective, interpretive, and decisive model. If I had to summarize my transformation in one sentence, it would be that I evolved from being a creative entrepreneur who relied on instinct to becoming a more structured, strategic, and emotionally intelligent leader. And during my MBA, I led approximately 80% of my group projects. I was the leader, which significantly strengthened my leadership, communication, and conflict resolution skills. For example, in one team project, there were two members who disagreed on direction. So instead of avoiding it, I facilitated a short alignment discussion, clarified the roles, and reset their expectations. So the tension shifted and it turned into collaboration, and we had one of the strongest submissions. So, throughout the program, I also strengthened my delegation, decision making, and strategic thinking skills. I developed multiple business proposals for my previous company in India, and I also pitched my startup, which I'm very excited to share about, which is Maze and Mutts. It is an online store launching at the end of this term after I finish my MBA. It's basically when I came to Canada, I saw that there were more dogs in Vancouver than humans. And I felt that this is a wonderful opportunity because people love their dogs and they'd love to match their clothes with their pet dogs. So Maze and Mutts is all about having to match your clothes with your dogs, and it's basically a fashion apparel brand for pet owners and their dogs. I also built financial models and structured growth plans using MBA frameworks. And this is a snapshot of my website. It's a homepage, it's one of the paw edit where you can see the clothes for dogs. And let me start with what actually happened, the objective part. Nearly every MBA course required for me to be in group projects, and I naturally stepped up. And I had created shared project dashboards, assigned responsibilities based on strengths, and I held weekly 10-minute progress check-ins so that our group submitted our assignments earlier, and we almost we had the 85% ballpark set for each and every single assignment. That's me in the photograph in back in India, giving a sales pitch to one of my clients. And yeah, and so the work improved. What I could share a instance from my finance course where I faced an underperforming teammate who, and we just had 3 days to submit the assignment. When I saw the work of my colleague, I was like, oh my God, I need to redo the whole entire assignment myself now. And then I took a breather. I was like, no, let me just have a feedback conversation with that person. And I clarified the expectations and offered guidance and followed up. And one day before the assignment was due, we basically had the right assignment, and the work improved and the team dynamics improved, and we had one of the strongest submissions again. That was the second achievement of my MBA journey. And at the start of my MBA, my strengths were initiative, creativity, and confidence in presentations. But my weaknesses were that I micromanaged and I was very impatient. I avoided difficult conversations to maintain harmony in groups. And what surprised me the most was that micromanagement was limiting my team performance. When I shifted from control to empowerment, my group's engagement actually increased. So that's what surprised me the most. And moving on to the next slide. So, my leadership philosophy and development plan. Basically, these experiences, whatever I shared, reshaped how I defined leadership. Leadership is not about doing everything yourself, it's about creating alignment, accountability, and empowerment. And here's my structured development plan for 2026 to 2028. First, I will attend two executive leadership workshops annually to deepen the strategic leadership skills, and also the leadership workshops offered by UCW. And second, I will build and review a quarterly financial forecast for Mason Mutz, which will strengthen my financial discipline and data-driven decision making. Third, I will practice monthly investor pitch simulations to refine executive presence because I will be pitching my business plan to different investors. And finally, I will read one leadership or strategy book every quarter to ensure that I'm continuously learning. Talking about the last part, one of the biggest aha moments was that realizing that frameworks are not academic theory, they are decision-making systems. So when I applied SWOT PESTEL to Mason Mutz, I identified that pet humanization trends, growth of social media pet influences, marketing positioning opportunities, these all things actually shaped my branding and pricing strategy. And financial modeling was another turning point. Understanding contribution margins, break-even analysis changed how I actually assess the ideas. Now, how did I apply all these things with Mason Mutz? I negotiated with the multiple suppliers in India, sitting in Canada, and I compared pricing, minimum order quantities, payment terms, shipping timelines, reduced the production cost, secured flexible payment terms. And also, yeah, with my brother, we attended a franchise fair featuring brands like Cobb's Bread looking to expand into Langley. That's currently where I stay. So, using my small business management course, I compared the asking prices, evaluated the equity requirements, and assessed the expected ROI. And also built a structured comparison table for my brother to analyze the risk and sustainability. So instead of relying on gut instinct, he made a data-driven decision, and that is the true value of my MBA. It transformed me for becoming a creative uh, entrepreneur into a strategic entrepreneur. And that is all for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening to